Not everything that heals is visible, and not everything that transforms comes from outside. There are ancient vibrations that travel through time, forgotten frequencies that quietly share secrets with the soul and have silently echoed since the beginning of the universe. Today, we are here to remember them. Solfeggio frequencies are not just ordinary musical notes or beautiful melodies. They are fundamental vibrations, sound codes that unlock invisible parts of your being. Each frequency is a portal, a vibrational key, an energetic formula connected to the deepest parts of your body, mind, and soul. For centuries, these frequencies remained hidden, enshrined in sacred hymns like the hymn to St. John and preserved in the numerical models of sages and alchemists. Today, we recognize them not only as a harmonic sequence, but as instruments of cosmic fulfillment. They were not created by musicians, but revealed by sages who understood that the universe is not made of matter, but of vibrations. Now, in this agony of spiritual awakening, these 9 frequencies are returning, not as a trend, but as a true necessity, because we have lost touch with our inner harmony and live in distorted vibrations above the noise of the world, rather than the melody of our soul. Yet, it is possible to resonate with the source and hear the original music again. In this video, we explore the 9 far-reaching frequencies of solfeggio, from the lowest vibrations that nourish and heal the body to the highest that open subtle perceptions and awaken divine memories. Each frequency has its own purpose, its own gift, and its own mission, and when you learn to listen, it can lead you back to yourself. We reveal your hidden story, your spiritual fabric, and, most importantly, how to integrate it into your life to heal, activate, and grow. This isn't just a video about sound. It's a call to remember what your soul has always known. You are a symphony waiting to be joined. The universe is singing, and you can join in, because in the beginning there were no words, only vibrations, and those vibrations still live within you. Long before temples were built and gods wandered nomadically, the universe already vibrated, orderly, geometrically, and in sound. Not sound as we know it today, but a pulse, a deep resonance that shaped matter, space, and time. This primordial sound was not lost, but merely forgotten, and in mystical traditions it is called the primordial solfeggio. These frequencies spring directly from the heart of ancient mysteries. Egyptian princes are said to have performed their rituals not only with symbols but also with sounds. Vedic mantras were more than words. They were encrypted vibration transmitters. The Hebrews understood the power of the divine name, the tetragrammaton, not just as a word, but as a sacred frequency. The first clear recording of solfeggio frequencies can be found in 10th century medieval Europe. The Benedictine king Guido d'Arezzo, attempting to teach orchestras a liturgical hymn, created a scale based on a unique numerical sequence. This was no ordinary scale. Its notes came from a hymn dedicated to John the Baptist, whose lines began with a different syllable, ut rema fa sola, and each syllable represented a frequency. What few knew, and what remained hidden for centuries, was that these frequencies were not random. They followed precise mathematical proportions that resonated deeply with the human body, nature, and soul. These frequencies were later removed from Western music and replaced by the tonic 440 Hz, a frequency that, ironically, modern studies link to imbalance and biological imbalance. The original solfeggio frequencies were forgotten until they were rediscovered by researchers of mystical and mathematical traditions. Here we find incredible connections. The mathematician and mystic Leonardo of Pisa, better known as Fibonacci, described a famous sequence of numbers that also occurs at these frequencies. Long before him, Pythagoras, the father of sacred geometry, said that the universe is number and proportion, and that music is the purest way to express these proportions. From a mystical perspective, solfeggio frequencies are summed vibrations created on the canvas of the universe. Each frequency is like a key that unlocks another level of consciousness. There are 9 tones, 9 doors, 9 states of being that help us remember our original purpose. Yet the most fascinating thing is not just their history, but their effect. People who consciously listen to or chant these frequencies often notice remarkable changes. Clearer dreams, more balanced emotions, unexpected peace, the resurfacing of memories, and sometimes even spontaneous healing. Shamanic traditions have always known that sound, vibration, and voice are not just entertainment, but vibrant medicine for the soul. The ancients understood what we are rediscovering today. When sound is sacred, the body recognizes it, and the soul responds to it. The Solfeggio frequencies are not just history, they are a legacy. They are not curiosities, they are maps. And those who listen consciously don't just hear, they remember. Listening to a solfeggio frequency isn't just about sound. It's about allowing sacred geometry and vibration to enter your energy field, reordering cellular memories, and opening inner doors that have been locked for centuries. Each frequency is a sound archetype, a vibrational code that, when it comes into contact with your consciousness, triggers subtle transformations. Our path begins in the body, where matter is still regulated, and slowly ascends in higher directions, closer to spirit. The first 5 tones, 174 Hz, are the path to rest. This frequency is the vibration of the physical body in its most basic state. It is called the lightning frequency because it acts like an energy bomb, relaxing tissue, releasing tension, and enabling deep cellular rest. It is the living earth that supports your temple. Spiritually, it teaches us that healing begins with stillness and that without a fixed path, no true growth is possible. It is perfect for anyone suffering from insomnia, anxiety, or a feeling of being out of place. In the language of the soul, 174 Hz screams, "You are safe, you can rest within yourself." 285 Hz, the lightning frequency. Here, sound begins to touch invisible structures. The invisible structures, 285 Hz, affect not only the physical body but also the surrounding energy field, the etheric body. They stimulate cell regeneration and assist in the rebuilding of organs and tissues, as well as in the healing of diseases in the aura. This frequency acts like a gentle architect. It restores what has been damaged. It's known to support recovery after surgery and help balance trauma-related issues. Beyond the physical, it activates a vibration that reminds your body of its original perfect form. 396 Hz releases fear and guilt. Now let's move on to the emotional realm. This frequency opens the unconscious and brings to light what has been hidden for years through repression, fear, guilt, and inherited trauma. It is the first step toward emotional liberation. It works on the main chakra to release limited memories, especially those associated with survival, lack, and boredom. 396 Hz has a cleansing effect, dissolving emotional blockages so that life energy can flow again. The message is simple: free yourself from your inner prison. 417 Hz, the vibration of change and healing. Once the old is released, something new can take its place. 417 Hz is the vibration of positive change and spiritual healing. It's perfect for those going through transitions, goals, or symbolic healing. This frequency eliminates recurring and negative biases and opens the energy field to new beginnings, like a fire that burns away what is no longer needed. 417 Hz transforms chaos into opportunity, helping to break karmic cycles and begin anew with a higher and more stable vibration. 528 Hz, the code of love and transformation. This is the most well-known frequency, the frequency of universal love and DNA repair. The so-called miracle frequency works at the deepest levels of biology and consciousness. DNA is said to respond directly to this vibration and reorganize itself into a more coherent pattern. But 528 Hz is more than just physical. It is the vibration of the awakened heart, of unity, and of unconditional love. Hearing this frequency is like awakening a sacred memory, the memory of your essence. These first 5 frequencies form a vibrational line from the physical to the spiritual, from the body to the light. Each has its own purpose, yet all are connected in a greater plan. They are sounds of awakening, cries from the universe that, if you listen with your soul, can transform into you. The next 4 portals. The journey doesn't end here. There are 4 lesser-known but equally powerful frequencies that affect less the body or emotions, but rather more subtle levels. Consciousness, intuition, the soul, and its direct connection to the divine. These are cosmic portals that lead us back to our own plan. By passing through them, you not only heal but also remember. 639 Hz, the frequency of connection and harmony. After the heart has been awakened by 528 Hz, 639 Hz seeks a resonance beyond itself. It is the vibration of sacred connection with others, the frequency of love that unifies and harmonizes relationships. Restoring true connections is not romantic love, but rather recognizing others as reflections and extensions of oneself. It helps heal broken relationships, attract kind souls, and restore harmony in groups, families, and communities. Spiritually, it opens the door to deep empathy, active compassion, and conscious service. It is the sound that reminds us that we are not isolated islands, but notes of the same cosmic symphony. 741 Hz, the frequency of inner awakening. At this point, the sound begins to influence the structure of the heart. 741 Hz is a deep cleansing frequency that removes negative energy, mental toxins, and subconscious blockages that obstruct consciousness. It has a clarifying effect, freeing us from destructive thought patterns, promoting authentic expression, and strengthening our inner voice. It is especially useful for those who feel spiritually lost, trapped in mental noise, or disconnected from the voice of their soul. It is also connected to the thyroid and throat centers, the centers of conscious expression and speaking the deepest truth. 741 Hz awakens the gift of clear vision and words. 852 Hz, the frequency of intuition and insight, opens the door to higher perception. 852 Hz works in the tyrophome chakra and strengthens the connection to higher wisdom, intuition, and spiritual guidance. People who meditate with it often report clearer intuition, meaningful synchronicities, and vivid, insightful dreams. It helps one detach from worldly distractions and return deep to the center of the soul. 852 Hz invites you to see from the perspective of the rooster and ascend into duality to view reality from higher planes. Intuition is not a guide here. It is the ability to see the invisible with absolute certainty. 963 Hz, the frequency of divine unity. This is the highest frequency of the Solfeggio scale. 963 Hz activates the pineal gland, awakens the third eye, and evokes the divine jungle. It is called the frequency of God, not for religious reasons, but because it awakens a sense of unity with the entire universe. This sound doesn't heal in the usual sense. It awakens us and reminds us that we are more than body, mind, or history. We are infinite consciousness having a temporary experience. With a vibrational frequency of 963 Hz, it opens the mystical vision of sublime meditative states and a space of pure being where separation disappears and only presence remains. It is the frequency of sacred silence, where the ego empties and questions disappear because no answers are needed. Together, these 9 frequencies form a sacred scale, a sound map of inner creation. These aren't just sounds to be heard, they're energetic initiations. Those who consciously embark on this journey will never return the same, because it's not about the sounds you hear, but about the parts of yourself they give you access to. Solfeggio frequencies aren't just for hearing, they're for experiencing. You can't just let them run in the background. They require presence, intention, and openness to break down the mental walls built up over time. They are a subtle but effective medicine. For these frequencies to truly act as spiritual catalysts, preparing your inner space is crucial. Here are some practical yet meaningful tips for integrating solfeggio frequencies into your daily life. 1. Listen consciously, not passively. Don't just play these frequencies as background noise while you work or scroll through your phone. 2. Listen with your body, listen with your soul. 2. Select the solfeggio frequency. 3. Choose the frequencies you really need, not the ones that are currently popular. Each frequency has a specific function. There's no one-size-fits-all solution. Ask yourself, do I need to release suppressed emotions, heal my body, expand my intuition, or connect with something greater? Choose the frequency that best suits your needs. For example, 396 Hz can help relieve pain when recording. If you feel spiritually lost, 852 or 963 Hz can guide you back. Choosing the right frequency is like choosing the right medicine, the right timing, and the right intention. 3. Use visualization while listening. Frequencies work on their own, but their power grows when combined with guided imagery. While listening, visualize what you want to release, heal, or activate. 4. When working with 528 Hz, imagine your heart opening like a luminous flower, radiating love and acceptance. Your mind is a creative tool. Your ideas as you listen transform into vibrations, and these vibrations become your reality. 5. Make sound a part of your rituals. Whether you're meditating, standing in the moonlight, journaling, practicing yoga, or simply enjoying the peace and quiet, use these frequencies as sacred sound. They create an atmosphere that promotes reflection, healing, and awakening. Start your day at 417 Hz to bring about positive change, or end your night at 174 Hz to calm your nervous system and promote peaceful dreams. 5. Use your voice as a conduit. Remember that you don't just hear these frequencies, you can also sing or chant them. Even if you're not a trained singer, your body vibrates when you make sounds. Sing long words like A-O while listening. Feel your chest, throat, and head become resonant chambers. The sound from within amplifies the effect. The spoken word is not only creative, it is also healing. 6. Don't focus on immediate results. Pay attention to subtle changes. This is a subtle and gentle approach. Sometimes you feel immediate effects: relaxation, tears, peace. Sometimes the changes are subtle at first. You might make better decisions, dream more clearly, or react less emotionally. Don't expect miracles. Consider how your soul moves. This is the true sign that these frequencies are functioning. Living in this frequency means living in harmony with your own being and choosing to vibrate above the fear, chaos, and noise of the world. Practice sound healing and master silence. If you practice it daily, you will become the instrument through which consciousness plays its highest melody. Everything is vibration. This is what the ancients taught. Mystics intuitively recognized it, and quantum science confirms it. Nothing is still. Everything resonates. And you, like the stars and the oceans, are a symphony in motion. Solfeggio frequencies are not a trend or a curiosity. They are parts of the original language of creation. Acoustic echoes touch your soul and remind you of who you are, where you come from, and where you will return. We explore 9 frequencies, each a step toward the emerald of awakening. From those that regenerate your physical body to those that open spiritual visions and divine connections. 9 portals, 9 keys, 9 opportunities to resonate with your essence. Now that you know them, the real question isn't whether they work, but whether you allow them to work through you. Harnessing these frequencies requires more than just playing a song. It evokes an inner awakening to the sacred order you've forgotten. It means allowing these vibrations to break down the walls your ego has built to protect you, but also to hold you back. It means listening with your soul, not just your ears, and living in tune with the inner melody that makes you unique yet connected, human yet limitless, infinitely vast. When you listen to solfeggio frequencies with an open heart, you don't just heal the symptoms. You reorganize your entire energy field, not to gain power, but to remember the power you've always had. Because when you vibrate at a certain frequency, you not only influence reality, but consciously create it. If you choose this path, that's not all. Every day, every feeling, every decision becomes an opportunity to vibrate more harmoniously. And when you vibrate differently, the world around you also changes. I invite you not to dwell in hatred, but to transform your surroundings into a temple of resonance. Align your mind, let your words vibrate consciously, and transform your presence into a vibrant frequency. Because ultimately, it's not about the sound you hear, but the vibration you feel. Thank you for traveling through the invisible map of the soul with this video. If these words touch you, share them, subscribe, and raise your voice. And above all, listen not just with your ears, but with your whole being. When the soul remembers their sound, silence becomes sacred.